Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope that you're all well, and I really hope that everyone who wants to watch this has an opportunity to watch this. I have to apologize because the technology, funnily enough, today has really let me down. So I think it's because of the Wi-Fi network at my friend's house. I've never actually bothered about I've never bothered to have the Wi-Fi on at my friend's house, and I don't know why it's not working. Well, I do have an idea, because she's not been here for the past few weeks, and she's asked me to come and supervise someone in her house so it's ready for her to come home. Anyway, long story short, that's the kind of person I am, unfortunately. Try to do 15 things at once. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys are here. Assalamu alaikum, Saima, Hidayah and Nasima. Thank you so much for coming on. And if you have any comments or anything, just pop them on. I think I'll be able to see them as you comment, hopefully, inshallah. Like I said, I just apologize because this is technology sometimes and it does let you down. And the thing is, when you do this course, you'll understand all about technology, how to go on lives, how to do Facebook groups, how everything works. I remember the other day, one of the coaches I was talking to, she said, how do you remember to welcome everyone how do you remember? I'm so sorry, I've just got distracted because I've just noticed her fish tank is empty. I hope her fish didn't die. Oh no, it's there, I can see it, sorry. Okay, so anyway, the point is that while you do these courses, you're gonna learn all about how the online world works, right? So setting up Facebook groups, setting up Facebook pages, how to schedule the posts, how to get online, how to get seen. And what we're going to do is we're gonna cultivate these skills together, or I'm going to help you guys cultivate the skills in yourselves so that you can help other people do it, right? So a lot of people want to know how to work online. Like, obviously it's a lucrative time, right? It's a really good time to get involved in the online world, because you'll probably notice Facebook posts popping up, Facebook groups popping up all the time about mums in business and women in business and Muslims in business. And a lot of the time people have got a product to sell, so they'll try to sell something like maybe skincare products or body care products, or the other day I had someone who was selling a service which was doing mani and pedi at home, right? Okay, and all of these services are fantastic, but they take time, energy, effort to get involved, get the customers, get everything going. And we as business owners need help to get all of that done, right? And one of the books that I was reading just this about 6 months ago, actually one of the books said that the best business the best business owner actually solves a problem for other people. And what I was trying to do was solve a problem for me as a business owner, because I was looking around looking for people that would be able to help me run my business. I wanted to be online, and I wanted to do lives with people, and I wanted to do videos of, me solving questions with kids. I wanted to have like a fully fledged course online that people could do, that kids could do, basically students. I wanted to coach mums. I wanted to help everybody. All these people that have been asking for help from me have, most of them have had one particular question, which is, how can I do this? How can I make money online? How can I stay at home with my children and still be present with them and still be around, pick them up, drop them off? How can I do all of this and be successful and earn an income, right? Nowadays, like, I mentioned on our WhatsApp group the other day, like, I've just been to the UK and I've seen the expenses like shoot up. like, I'm shocked at some of the expenses that we had to incur that are, were kind of unheard of before. Like when we went to England from here, we would think everything was cheaper, and we would, buy loads of things from England because they're cheaper there. And I actually found this time that things were actually maybe about the same or even more cheaper here sometimes. So things like getting the kids ready for school at the moment, getting them trainers and things like that, it was much cheaper to buy it from here. So my point is that the cost of living is going up, and more and more women are going out to work. When you go out to work, you lose some of the things that you have the ability to stay at home with the kids, to pick them up, drop them off, to do homework with them, because you're outside, you're tired sometimes, right? And a lot of the mums were telling me, I really do want to work, but I can't. I've got a baby and I don't want to leave them at home with somebody else, and so on. So I tried to find a solution that would work for you and for me, but mainly for you guys, okay? So the reason that I wanted to do this whole course was to help you guys get into the online world, get into the digital side of things, get into virtual assistanting. It's such an easy way to make money online, inshallah. And there are so many coaches. If you just friend request me now if you want, and see how many people are on my Facebook, and you'll see at least half or more than half of them are business coaches, because that's who I hang out with in real life and online, mashallah. And basically we need help. We need help in getting online. We need help for people making our posts for us. We need help for building our email lists. We need help for sending out emails all the time, because we have to send out, you guys get an email from me every week. You guys see me and Iram or some of the other coaches come on a live every single week, like I'm doing today, right now. The last couple of weeks I couldn't do a live because I was literally in the UK, and I was packing or I was traveling and things like that, so I wasn't able to do it. But if I had an assistant that could organize this for me, and she could get, she could even interview people for me, so that at least my channel continues running. I've got one of the assistants is working directly on the YouTube channel. She's fixing all the descriptions, she's changing all the YouTube thumbnails. I've got another assistant who is writing the emails for me that go out every week. Like today, the email that told you that we're doing a live today, that email went out from Ramesa. I've got another one who is focusing on why is it gone out of my head for now, the social media post, right? Okay, so each of these ladies has basically done this course with me, and they've decided to come online. They've decided to come online, and they've decided to basically take their own action, take their, future in their hands, inshallah. Obviously we all know that everything comes from Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that has all the barakah and rizq, and we are the ones who, it's written for you whatever you're going to get. But the thing is that Allah says to you, tie your camel. That means get ready for it, so you prepare for it, and inshallah the rizq will come. And in terms of what I've seen around, and what the sisters have been asking me, like at least half of the messages that I get, sister, I really need help with this problem, but I can't afford to pay, I don't have any money, or this is really expensive for me, can you do it this way, or can you do it that way? And I basically say to them, look guys, you don't have to live like that. You don't have to. You can actually take matters into your own hands, and you can study, you can move away from that, and you can basically create the life that you want with the children. Now, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about it on kind of a serious note as well, because a lot of women feel trapped because they can't move forward, because they feel like, well, I've got to stay at home because I've got to look after the kids, but so I can't go out and work, right? So that whole idea is, well, okay, can you work from home then? Oh no, but I don't have enough education, but I don't have enough experience, but I don't know what to do. Well, that's okay, don't worry, because I'm here now and I'm going to show you what to do. It's really, really easy. So we're going to go through 5 modules of work, including getting onto all of these groups that I've talked about at the beginning, mashallah. So would you like to know about that? Like, tell me, please, comment. I don't want to do this as a monologue. Please do comment. If you've just joined me, I apologize, it's not on YouTube. Inshallah, don't worry, somehow I'll download this and put it on YouTube later on. But just let me know what you're interested in, what your experience is in, what do you think, what brought you onto this live. I know that a lot of sisters have been interested in this, like I said, from the beginning, from when I was creating it at the beginning. And a lot of sisters that are coaches need help in setting up systems. They need help in setting up email systems and how the Facebook pages work and what goes on. And I said right at the beginning of this live that one of the coaches said to me, how do you remember the names of all the people that came into the group and you welcome them every couple of days? And I don't do that, sisters. Facebook remembers for me. And these kind of things are really important, that when I say that they're important to share with you, and they're important to share with the world. And why is it important? Because we are all moving towards a digital era. As I'm talking, I've just got a text from someone saying, do you take girls? Yeah. Do you take younger girls? Yes, I will take younger girls, because I've actually taught my own daughters how to do this. Because on the days when I'm busy, sometimes I get them to post for me, I get them to schedule posts for me, I get them to do all of this stuff, because we as business online entrepreneurs, mums, need this help. And who better to teach you than the person who knows what you need to do, what they need from you, right? Okay, so I think I've explained why I'm doing all of this, and I apologize because at the moment my laptop is not connected to the internet. So I'm just going to quickly double check if I can see the module names without being connected, but it looks like I don't think I can. Anyway, it's okay. So I've got 5 modules that we're going to work through. Okay, and the 5 modules, we've got 6 weeks. We're going to have 90 minutes on each session, and we're going to go through lots of different things. So we're going to go through basically the whole idea behind social media, and how to reach more people, and how to become successful, and how to get known as a virtual assistant, because that is what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be selling any product, but you're going to be selling a service. Now, it's much easier to sell a service because people need your help. And I think you'll agree with me if you look around you nowadays at the if you look around nowadays, even in England, I've noticed a boom in cleaners, right? So if you are a busy working mum, and you've got kids, or even if your kids are really little, or even if whatever reason, like this summer my mum had an operation, so she needed a cleaner. So I've noticed that she had so many leaflets of cleaners. She went onto the Nextdoor app, she got loads of leaflets from there. Okay, now she has to choose which one's the best one. You have to choose between the price that you're going to pay and the service that you're going to receive, right? So I was just working it out with my mum, and this is really important. And this is why I say to you, sisters, that getting good value for money, right? Okay, so whenever you do something, always think about the value that you're going to get in return for the investment that you're making. So for example, there are cleaners that cost £15 an hour, and there's cleaners that cost £12 an hour. But if that cleaner that costs £12 an hour takes like 7-8 hours to do the same work as a cleaner that cost £15 an hour, then when you do the maths, you figure out that it's going to be more beneficial to you to pay the higher price, because the person's going to work for less hours and in total it's going to cost you less. Right? Now, this is something really important that we're going to be talking about in our virtual assistant course, in that you can charge higher prices because you can be more efficient in what you do. And once you learn how to do this, once you learn that, okay, I can do this and I can write emails in 20 minutes that someone else might take an hour to do, you can then earn that right to get the higher pay. Does that make sense? So someone was asking me about the earning potential of a virtual assistant, and I want to say to you that the sky is your limit, because once you get known, once people know about you and they know what you can do, they'll be asking you to work for them. And when you get booked, you put your prices up, and then you get booked again, you put your prices up again. The world's your oyster, because online entrepreneurs need help, right? And you sisters need work, and it's like the perfect equation, in my opinion, because if you guys can do that and help these ladies in their online businesses, they're going to become more successful, which means they're going to tell everyone that this person helped me become more successful, and therefore you're going to become more successful because more people will come to you for that help. Hope that makes sense, inshallah. I do feel like I'm waffling on, so please do join in, sisters. Put your comments in. I don't know if I'm not seeing the comments section. If I'm not seeing the comment section. Here we are. I can see some now. Okay. Yes, so fantastic, right? Yes, exactly. So Sister Sidra is saying that she can't leave the kids now, but she really does want to work. This is perfect for you, because you are going to be able to have your kid having a nap. Well, while your kid's having a nap, you could knock out an email. Yeah, while your kids are asleep in the morning, this is when I do a lot of my work, and that's why you always see me online. When my kids are asleep at midnight, you'll see me early in the morning. So I spend the day with my children. My children and I are linked in such an amazing way, mashallah. And you all know that, as I'm a parent coach anyway. And I was telling someone this morning what we were doing yesterday. We were making viral vlogs. We're not going to post them anywhere. We were just trying out different trends and doing them with each other. And again, it's just like a fun way to spend the evening, and the kids are learning something, because you're learning about exposure, you're learning about what works well, what other people are doing, how it works for you, and so on. And these kind of skills are brilliant for you and your children. I think I've told you all before that my daughter got a really fantastic grade in business. She got the highest, level 9, and mashallah, she's done amazing in her A level as well. Mashallah, she's got an A in business studies. And I promise you, I haven't taught her business by sitting down and teaching her. Business is something that she's learning by osmosis, right? Sister Adila said, how often are the sessions? You're going to have one session a week with me that's 90 minutes long. There's also a whole video library that every time I do a session, I'll be adding into. I'm just answering, sorry Adila, I just saw the message now. I'll be adding into the video library different aspects of what you need to learn, right? So 90 minutes might not even be enough for me to share all of this stuff that I need to share with you. So I'll be doing step-by-step videos, but then during the 90 minutes, I'll introduce the idea. So for example, let's say I want to show you how to do a Facebook page, right? So you'll have a video that will show you step by step how to do the Facebook page, but in the 90-minute session we'll talk about Facebook pages, Facebook groups, Instagram, and Facebook and email, right? So we'll talk about the 4 main ways to get seen by your by the customers, and what your coaches want from you, right? So the person that is going to ask you to do the work, the people that are going to pay you, what they want to get seen, right? So our 90 minutes is going to be about how to get seen and how to brand and stuff like that. But then if I go step by step with each one, it's going to take me 90 minutes on each one. So I'll do a video for that, but I'll do the 90-minute session where we'll do question and answer and so on. So you'll get 90 minutes every week for 6 weeks. It's just a 6-week course. That's all you have to do. And you'll basically be earning by week 4, week 5, you should be able to get at least one project of paid work, inshallah. And Sister Madiha, you said that you can't go out and you're homeschooling, yeah, and you want to contribute economically. Perfect. Sister Sidra said that she's a pharmacist and now she's a mum of 3 small kids. So the same thing, I think, sisters, that you're saying, right? The fact that we want to work, but we don't want to leave our kids at home. And the reason why this works really well is because you're not going to leave your kids. You're going to be with your children. You're going to have that time with them. And yesterday, in fact, not yesterday, was it yesterday? A couple of days ago, I was on the phone to somebody and my daughter was like, Mom, put me on Canva, put me on Canva. She thinks Canva is like amazing because you can just choose your icons. I apologize if you can hear the noise upstairs, sorry about that. If you go onto some of these apps like Canva, for example, you can actually I'm sorry, can you guys hear me? I don't know if you can hear me or not. Okay, so some of these apps that we use, the little kids can use them. They're that easy, right? And like I said, Hafsa, she goes on there and she plays on it, and it's like I'm kind of teaching them by osmosis, right? I'm showing them how to access these things as kids. My daughters, who are what are they now, 17 and 18 now, they both, again, they know how to do this. They know how to write the emails. We've talked about copywriting with them. There's so many things that I can teach you that I've taught my own kids. I've taught the 2 VAs that we had previously that were working for Parenting with Alabama side and Love Learning Online directly. I've now got 3 new VAs and I've taught them everything that they need to know. So in terms of what you need to know to be a VA, how to communicate, how to write the emails, how to do copywriting, what you're looking for, how to do titles that people will open your emails, right? Okay, all the different things, how to manage the social media accounts, how to get the brand seen, because that's your job as a virtual assistant, to make sure that your coach, the person that employs you, they get seen, right? So that's your job, and I'll be talking you through all of those things, answering all of your questions, mentoring you through the process, inshallah, and helping you so that you can achieve, right? And honestly, subhanallah, when you do a campaign, which is what we call one of the when you get what's it called? I'm sorry, I've just lost my train of thought completely. A campaign is when you start selling something, and then when you start getting the sales, right? So you introduce the idea to the people, you start putting out the social media post, you let everyone know that it's available, and then boom, you start getting sales, right? And when you start getting those sales, the satisfaction that you feel as a virtual assistant will be the same as the satisfaction of the coach that is their product, right? Okay, so for example, we've got in our Your Parenting Tribe, we've got membership programs, we've got in Love Learning Online tuition programs, we do homeschooling, right? Okay, all of these mums had to be introduced to us, they had to know about us, we had to do videos just like I'm doing right now with you guys to explain all of this. And if you can help your coach do all of this and inshallah earn their halal income, and then they'll pay you so that you'll get your halal income, and then you go off and you buy whatever you need to buy for your children, right? Okay, like I can't explain how satisfying it is not having to ask my husband for money. Like, it's just amazing, alhamdulillah. And I think a lot of us that have always worked outside, we feel like that, right? Because you know, you've as Adila just said that she worked in retail years ago, right? Same with me. I've basically been working since I was 18 years old. So although my husband, alhamdulillah, has said to me, it's fine, you can stay at home now, just watch the kids, you know, I know that I can watch the kids and I can be productive at the same time. And when we're doing things like, for example, you know, I don't know, if they want like a certain brand of trainers, for example, and my husband's like, oh, that's really expensive, I can say, well, you know what, let's buy it for them, it's fine. And you can do that because you've got that independence. Otherwise, you're always waiting. And I think, again, this is what I get a lot of messages about, you know, the finances and the trouble with the finances and the family finances, because, you know, I'm not going to deny it. Husbands do work really hard and wives do work really hard as well. Like, we work super crazy hard in the home, and we shouldn't have to go out and work, but we want to, because it gives you that independence. It gives you that feeling of one of the coaches that we work with, actually, she's a writing coach. She was saying that the feeling of going out, she got her hair done, and I can't remember how much she paid for her hair. I think it was some crazy amount of money. I don't know, I wouldn't pay that much for hair, but it was about £150 or something. But she got her hair done, and then she bought this shampoo that the hairdresser recommended for her that was £70. And again, even though I do earn my own money, I was like saying to her, like, bro, I wouldn't pay that much, right? But the thing is, she would. And whatever, yeah, no problem, Sidra, that's fine. It'll be available, inshallah, later. And I'm probably going to record it again because my notes are not here, so I'm doing this off the cuff. I wanted it to be very specific on what I'm talking about, but it's okay. I'm just going to answer the questions as you're asking them. What I wanted to say was that you can go out and buy whatever you need without worrying about, oh, it's going to cost me this much or it's going to cost me that much, right? Okay, and yes, exactly, Sidra, you said that it's with a halal income. Perfect. Okay, Sidra, no problem, that's fine. Yeah, exactly, the halal income, that's what we need. And when I say halal, in terms of these products, when you have to keep selling them, what I've noticed, I was actually watching, and this is the thing, right? In terms of the last 3 years, at least, I've been learning all of these things slowly. And I've taken courses by people that have cost me, one of them cost $1,000, one of them cost like $3,000. I've taken these courses thinking that they're going to give me the answer. And what always happens, and this is what I hate about coaching, even though I'm a coach, what always happens is you always end up doing the work yourself, and you're like, hello, I wanted you to tell me what to do. I wanted you to help me. And then what they end up doing is they ask you loads of questions so that you can figure it out yourself. And what I wanted to do is basically help you and just be like, here it is. This is what you need to do. There's no questions about it. There's no like, do you want to do this or do you not want to do this? No. There's no fluff like that. It's literally like, here's the prescription. This is what you got to do. Now, what you can do is, one of the questions that I was asked was, do you have to specialize in a particular area, right? And I want to talk about that, because you don't have to specialize in a particular area. But if you do specialize, you'll be able to get a higher income. For example, I have paid £60 for an email before. I know you're all going to be shocked, but like I just said to you, I wouldn't pay £70 for a shampoo, but I would pay £60 for an email. Now, this is the difference between what you do when you spend on your business and when you spend on something else. Now, why did I pay that much? Because I valued that email really highly, and I thought that if that email goes out, we're going to get lots of people signing up, and that's what happened, right? Okay, and it was worth it. It was worth spending that money on that email. Now, if you are a master email crafter and you know what to write in the emails, which I'm going to show you how to do, because then we're going to go through a whole module of copywriting, And when you craft those emails and when you write them and it compels people to buy whatever product you're selling, that makes you the perfect person for copywriting, which means that people are going to be like, oh, I need copywriting, that's the person I need to go to. So in terms of niching down, which is what we call it in business terms, it's going to really help you to niche down and get those higher prices. If you're someone who does everything, you're not going to get that, those high prices, right? And it doesn't matter whether you get them or not, really, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're providing a service. Where I always come from the fact that I'm providing a service. I'm helping mums to do better. I'm helping mums to parent their children. I'm helping mums to teach their children. I'm helping mums to earn their own halal income, right? So for me, my part of it is helping. For me, the service part of it is more important. The income is like an addition, but for other people, the income is what focuses them, what motivates them. That's absolutely fine. It depends on what motivates you and what you want to get out of it, right? So in terms of if you want to get like high amounts of money, you can do that by focusing or niching down on a particular thing, right? If what was I going to say? If you want to, you can work for one coach and you can do everything for them. So you'll be doing their social media management, you'll be doing their Facebook ads for them, you'll be doing their Facebook pages, their posts, and you'll be the person that they rely on for everything. And I did that before. I had two actually, one for Love Learning, one for Parenting with Allah by my side, and I had that one person to do everything. And what I realized was that first of all, it's a lot of work for one person, and second of all, they basically needed training on every single aspect of it. So what I want to do is I want to train you guys as an army of VAs. So whenever anyone asks me, whenever the coaches ask me, because they always say, who does your ads for you, who does your posts for you, who does your emails for you, and I always recommend the sisters that work for us, which again, two of them have got poached from us because we've, mashallah, trained them up really well, and I'm quite happy for them to do that because I want them to earn more. I want them to be working where they can earn what they're worth, right? At the moment, as I'm sure all of you know, parenting is more of like a, what would you call it, like a service, right? So we might not be able to afford to pay you, but it's okay, inshallah. That's fine, because you'll be earning the big bucks. That's what we want for you guys, inshallah. And we had, like I said earlier, I'm sorry, I'm just moving these notifications out of the way. Like I said, we had these ladies that were focused on the whole thing, and now what I've gone is with a different model. So I've got one person for the emails, one person for the YouTube, one person for the Facebook, and the reason I've done that is because each person then gets really specialized. So I can give you a project, and because you do it all day, every day, that's the only thing that you do, you're going to get perfect at it, and you're going to do it faster and faster and faster, and you're going to be able to increase your production. When you increase your production, you increase your hourly rate. When you increase your hourly rate, you get more halal income, and that's basically what it is. It's just a simple equation, inshallah. I would love for all of you to sign up, inshallah. I think that I've given you all the link. If you haven't got the link, just send me a PM and I'll send you the link now. But I'm sure if you see in our group or on our posts or on my page, I've posted the link everywhere for the last 5-6 days. That's what I've been doing, alhamdulillah. Will you get a certificate? Yes, I've got certificates after completion. You get a certificate that says that you've completed the 5-module course from Love Learning Online on how to become a virtual assistant. I think you get it automatically once you've finished all the what's it called? You've got to go onto their website and you've got to do all of the modules, and there's a little like short quiz that you do for each one, and then once you've done the 5 questions and answers, then you get the certificate. Yeah, so you can do it without the certificate and you can do it with the certificate. It's entirely up to you. Okay, I hope that helps, inshallah. In terms of digital skills, somebody asked me they're not that good at digital skills, would it still be okay for them to do it? Yes, absolutely, because your digital skills are transferable, right? So as long as you can type, and you know, like you're all using social media because you follow us on YouTube and Facebook and all of this, right? So you're all following us anyway, right? So because you're already following us, you know how this works, half of it. You just need to know the other half of it. And one of the things that I've done, actually one of the first emails that you get when you sign up, I've sent you a link to a typing app called Type Racer, and me and my kids do it a lot just for fun, excuse me, and we basically just race each other with typing, and all that does is, again, it increases your productivity. So if you're a fast typer, you're obviously going to be able to get paid more per hour because you're going to produce more work in that hour. That's all it is. Like I said to you, it's about creating that halal income. It's about using your skills to help other mums that have their own businesses. So there might be someone, for example, she's a knitter and she knits really, really well and she wants to sell her products, right? Okay, but she has no idea about social media and Instagram and Snapchat and whatnot. And you go up to her and you say, look, you know what? You sell these products really, really well, and you get like a good amount of money for it. What I can do is I can help you get seen online. I can show you what to do, the strategies that you can use to get seen online. I can start an email list for you. I can start a group for you, Facebook group. I can start a Facebook page for you where we can showcase all of your hard work and you'll get more sales. And who wouldn't say yes to that? Like so many coaches, so many business owners, they need help in this, and there's not enough virtual assistants to go around. Honestly, there isn't. And I think I've told you all before as well, I've been on Upskill, I've been on Fiverr. There's just so many out there, people that are doing so many different things, that it just becomes overwhelming. So wouldn't it be lovely if we had our own army of people within our own group? So people would say, oh, can someone help me with the social media? And you guys could be like, yep, I know all about that, I can help you, here you go. And you could even, one of the other mums said, can I teach the course afterwards? Yeah, of course you can. I'm not going to charge you more because you've now learned it and now you're going to go off and teach someone else. That is a business model that I could follow, but I'm not going to do that, because what I want to do is empower as many women as possible. So if the women that you help, so for example, let's say that Madiha does the course and she's got 5 friends and she's like, you know what guys, I can teach you now because I've done the course myself. Go ahead and do that, because what we want to do is we want to empower more mums to do this course, right? We want to empower more mums to basically get in charge of their income, inshallah. We want to help them. You know, I had a mum a few years ago and it's always stuck with me. What happened, my mum needed to buy something for me. I think I asked her to get a second-hand stroller from someone, so because we were coming to England, and she was looking on Facebook and she found someone that was selling it for like £20 or something, and she went there to collect it. And my mum just started talking to the lady, and the lady said, I'm selling this stroller because I'm trying to get some money together for my kids' Eid gifts, right? And that really struck a chord with my mum, right? I don't want to diminish her reward, but what I want to say is that this is the kind of thing that we want to do. Like, you don't need to sell things to earn enough for Eid presents for your kids. Well, we're going to help you to do the work, while your kids are sleeping, while your kids are at school, while your kids are at madrasa, like at any point that you don't have the kids with you physically, you can do this work. And to be honest with you, even sometimes my kids are watching a movie or they're playing cards on the floor or something like that, and I might be writing an email, or I might be recording a voice note. They actually hate the voice notes now, I'm going to be honest with you, and you might have noticed that I've sent way less than I do before, because my kids have started not liking them, and I only send them when they're asleep, or I send them like late at night when they're not around. But in terms of like if I'm doing a social media post, they don't mind at all, because I'm still conversing with them, still talking to them, still having a conversation, and I can still get my work done. And that's why I know that this model is going to work for you. Inshallah, it's going to work for all of you, and you're just going to be like, oh my God, why didn't someone teach this to me before? And this is why I wanted to do this. I really wanted to help mums to become more independent. You know, we get a lot of messages from mums that are suffering in all sorts of different ways. But one of the hardest messages that we get is, you know, what am I going to do on my own? If I have to leave my husband, what am I going to do on my own? I can't afford to live. You know, I can't afford a house. I can't afford rent. I know someone that is actually looking to move now, and in the private property market, you've got to have a deposit of so much pounds so that you can rent in another house, right? But you can't get your deposit back from your current house until you leave it. So it's like a catch-22 situation. Now you've got to save that money up again so that you can move. It's like everyone needs money for everything, right? So in terms of what we're doing now is we're empowering, inshallah, an army of people that are empowered, and you can do what you like. If you want tuition for your kids, you can get it. If you want to buy these weird things that you see on TikTok, you can buy them. If you want to go on Amazon and just buy everything you want, you can do it, because I don't want people to ever feel like money is stopping them from doing something. And if it's, you know, as simple as this, which it is, it's really simple, then why not share it with everyone? Why not tell your friends and say, hey guys, I found something really amazing. Why don't you guys come on as well, and we can do it together? One of the sisters on our program, on our coaching program, she shared that with us the other day, that whatever she does it together with a friend, and then that will motivate you and motivate your friend as well. And for example, if one of you's into emailing marketing and the other one's into social media, you can refer clients to each other as well. And this is how it builds up. That's part of our networking program that we're going to go through, right? You also, by the way, are going to get one project, a mini project to do with one of the coaches at Parenting with Alabama side. So you're going to get one project to do with them, and they're going to guide you through it. So they're going to show you, this is how I want you to start, this is what I want you to do, and so on. So not only are you going to get the kind of theory of it all, you're also going to get practical aspect of it. So you're going to go through a whole project with a coach. So they're going to mentor you through that project. And once you've done that, you're ready. It's like driving, isn't it? You practice, then you pass your exam, and then you're like, you know what, I'm not sure if I can go on the motorway. And we're like, you know what guys, here you go, this is how to get on the motorway. And we take you through the motorway. We get rid of that shyness that you have, and that's it. You're confident now. You're out there and you're like, yep, I've done a whole launch from start to finish. I've done a whole email sequence from start to finish. I've done a whole social media campaign from start to finish. And once you've done that, you will feel more confident, right? The one thing I do want to say is that you've got to be willing to learn, right? That's really important, because if we give you feedback, for example, I had a lady who started on the first course, which I didn't advertise to a lot of people. I only shared it with people who had messaged me and said that they needed help. Back then it was about, maybe if you messaged me like more than 3 months ago, and I would share with her feedback, but then she would give me the stuff the next post that she would do, she'd forgotten everything that I've told her before. Okay, it's not really going to work for someone like that, I'll be honest with you. You've got to take the feedback on board, and you've got to keep on improving, because once you improve, then that's when you're going to be like, oh yes, I can do this now. You know, I can manage to do these posts. But if the coach or the person that employs you feels that they have to keep on holding your hand, keep on going over it with you, keep on, you know, having to, what's the word? Keep on repeating themselves, then you're not going to get those referrals that we're talking about. So we're always talking about putting like a 5-star service, right? Okay, and that's another part of the module that you're going to learn about customer service and about keeping your customers happy and keeping them interested. One of the sisters, Madiha, you said, will it help if your English is not that strong? So in terms of that, I've got an amazing tool that is going to help you, inshallah. So do not worry about that. We've got lots of tools on the internet that will help you to fix up the English and to fix up the writing and to rewrite your words and to make it sound better, all of that. There's loads of tools that we're going to share with you that we can do that with you. It's not a problem at all. And in terms of English, as long as you can make yourself understood, that's really important. A lot of people think that, oh, you've got to have like a very high academic level of English because, you know, you're talking to highly academic people. Well, actually you're not. Most of us who are coaching mums are talking to the normal everyday average mum, which is just like you guys. Does that make sense? So if I start using really high level language, I'm going to switch them off, because they're going to be like, look, I just came on social media to relax and to learn something new, and I'm not here to listen to these big long messages, right? Okay, so these words, I have to look these words up. No, it's not going to be like that. Yes, we've got 6 weeks and 6 90-minute sessions with me. And you need to do at least 6 90-minute sessions of your own time that you're going to put into practice everything that I teach you in the sessions. And then if you want to watch the videos and do step by step, then you might need a bit more time. But within 6 weeks, I'm sure that I can teach you this stuff, because I've condensed it to that kind of basic level. In the 6 weeks, you're going to learn about all the different aspects of the virtual assistant job, and you'll be able to start working. After the 6 weeks, if you want more coaching, if you want to book like one-to-one sessions, you can. If you want to book like the next level of coaching, you can. Like, that's going to be on a whole separate level. And by the way, I've also got 2 experts at the moment that I've lined up for you. One an Instagram expert and one is a Facebook expert, to come and talk to you, just the people on my group that are doing the virtual assistant course. They'll come and talk to you, and that will be live for the people who do it in the next 6 weeks. But then the people who do it after that, it'll probably be recorded, right? So it's a really good opportunity for you to get these experts to help you on these things. And I use these experts. This is how we grew our Facebook group from 0 to, mashallah, almost 11,000. Is it 10.6k now, mashallah? Our email list is still around 20 something thousand. We've got Instagram followers, we've got YouTube followers, right? Okay, so all of you sisters that we've gathered together, mashallah, we've done this over the last few years, right? And we've managed to do this with the strategies that I'm going to share with you today. Actually not today, we're in the course, right? Inshallah. So these strategies are going to work for you because they've worked for us. The free templates that I've sent you, that you can download, again, if you just look for the links that I've sent you. So there's one link that is learn more, that's our landing page, so you can see, like, when you get on there, it will tell you all about what we're going to do, what my mission is. It's going to tell you what I'm going to teach you. It tells you what's available, what all the modules are, and it tells you my story. So I'm going to finish with my story, and then inshallah, if you have any more questions, just pop them on now. But honestly, sisters, my story is I'm going to share it out right now with all of you. Okay, so my story is that I was a working mum, full-time working mum, out of the home, and I was working super crazy hard, so hard that I kind of lost touch with what was going on at home. My daughter needed me. She needed help from me. My husband needed more support from me. I had a little baby at home at the time. She was about a year old, I think, 2 years, it was 2019. So she was about 2 years old. I was still breastfeeding most of the time. And I had like a lot going on, right? And we were in Scotland. I remember it clearly because I was thinking to myself, we spent so much on this flipping holiday and I'm not enjoying it one bit, right? And we were in Scotland, and my husband and I ended up having an argument. And because all the family was there, because we were so tired, because everyone was around, this argument became like a big thing because everyone got involved, right? And we ended up apologizing, obviously, like, you know, we kind of lost it a little bit. I know I did. But it was because I felt really frustrated. I felt like I can't move forward from where I am. I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to go now. And you know what my sister said to me? My sister said, stop working. And I literally laughed in her face and I was like, what the heck are you on? Do you even know like half the problem that I have? You know, you don't understand anything. I was basically talking like that with my sister. But she said, I'm telling you that when you stop working, your relationship's going to get better with your husband, with your kids, with your family, and you're going to feel better. And I started saying to her, well, how am I going to afford the house that I live in? How am I going to afford my car, right? How am I going to afford all of these things, like the holiday in Scotland, if I stop working? Yeah. All of these questions were going through my head. But then what I did was, because I know my sister and I know my sister always has the best in mind for me, I thought, you know what, there must be something in this, that's why she's telling me this. So I started to think about, what is she telling me, why is she telling me, and so on. That was the year I started homeschooling my daughter, because I thought that if I took her out of school, the bullying will stop and then the half of my problems will be over. That was 2019. My other little sister got married that year, and then 2020 was when lockdown happened, right? So I kind of know these sequence of events in my head. When lockdown happened, I was teaching online still because I was still working at the school, and I was thinking, you know what, I've got a bit of extra time. Let me just start making YouTube videos and helping other teachers teach digital lessons, online lessons, because they can't do that, right? So that'll be a good service to provide. And I started providing that service, and then I started realizing the teachers wanted coaching, they wanted more help, they wanted me to train them. And I started opening my eyes to the possibility of working from home, and that's basically how it all started. And subhanallah, organically over the last 3 years, we've basically gone from 0 to like nobody knows me to, mashallah, like I said to you, you know, 20,000-30,000 people now are in our sphere of influence, which did take a lot of time, energy and effort. And I'm not saying that in 6 weeks you're going to get 30,000 followers. No, I'm not. But what I am saying is that you can use these techniques, use what we've done to grow, and you might grow slowly, you might grow fast. It really depends on who is in your sphere of influence. So like I said to you, if you've got a friend that already sells products and you want to help them and you want to promote them and you want to push their social media forward, and then they start getting more sales, they're going to employ you for longer, right? You can then work with a bigger business and a bigger business and a bigger business. If you've got like an uncle or an auntie or someone that has like a business where they, you know, like a dry cleaners, or they manufacture beds or something like that, where they haven't really thought about social media or how to get on social media or how to make sales from social media, you can then help them to do that. And once they start doing that, they'll start referring you to their friends, and this is basically how you're going to build up your business. It's like I do it with tutoring and teaching, right? So for any of you that have taught your kids, you've then referred me to your friends, to your family. Like now, I've got kids that are siblings of kids that I've taught before, cousins of kids that I've taught before, friends of kids that I've taught before, and so on, right? Okay, and in terms of, yes, absolutely, thank you, Adila, for that. Yeah, and you know, I want to help everyone to basically have that help that they need. And one of the things, like I said, the story that I wanted to finish off with was my story, and I'll actually finish the whole thing with a statement which we got from one of the sisters that we coach, right? So she got a job offered in a school, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago from now. And she was offered a job in a school, and she worked there for about a term or two, and then her husband got a different job in a different city, and she had to leave that school, right? And what happened was she then left the school, and she was involved in all of our coaching and things like that. Like I said, it was about 5 years ago, and now after lockdown, after everything, they've moved back to the same city again, and now the opportunity has arisen for her to work at the same exact school that she did before. And when she first was working, when she was first working there and her husband got a job in the other city, she was really, really upset. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm just in my perfect job, and he had to go and get this other job, and now I have to leave because, you know, I'm married to him, or we have kids and all of this. And she wasn't really happy with it. But we kept saying to her that, you know, it's Allah's decision, you know, and go with Allah's plans and things like that and so on, right? And then what I wanted to say was that she then got the job 5 years later, after coaching, after everything that she's been through over the last 5 years, lockdown, and you know, everything that everyone has been through in the last 5 years, energy crisis, whatever. And she just started the new job now, and we were talking while I was in England. By the way, in England I met so many amazing sisters, mashallah. I haven't even spoken about that, but yeah, I will do in one live. And she said, you know what, I've gone to the same job now with a completely different mindset, and I'm enjoying it so much more. And back then, 5 years ago, without the coaching, without all of these things that I've gone through, I think I wouldn't have had this experience that I'm having now. And this is why it's really important to literally grab all the opportunities that you can to develop yourself professionally, creatively. Even if, for example, you're like, you know what, I'm not even going to do this virtual assistant job, I think it's too hard, or whatever. Even just learning about it can help you in some other way, some other place that you don't know about. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it might be that you do this course now, and then like one of the mums that started, she was like, you know what, I'm going to start this course, but I'm going to give birth in a few weeks, and I don't know if I should start now or if I should start in the next group. And I said to her, well, this is the trial group that we're doing it in, so this is a group where you get to tell me what you like and what you don't like. So she did it for a few weeks, and now, mashallah, she's had her baby, and she's gone into the whole process of becoming a mum and being a mum with a different mindset that she might have gone before, because we're teaching different things. We're not just teaching how to become a virtual assistant, we're talking about productivity, networking, communication skills, customer care, how to deal with your children and balance your work and your family together. So there's all sorts of skills that you can take from this, and what I would really like to do is offer this to every single person, inshallah, that's listening, every single person that's going to listen, inshallah. Just sign up, take your free templates, right? There's no harm in that, they're free. Just take them and you can literally start yourself. And by the way, you can watch all the YouTube videos and, you know, download the courses and, you know, do everything that you need to do that I did in the last 3 years, and you can do it. But this is the thing about the time and the money, right? So if you want to spend the money, it's only £97. It's not like a huge sum. And literally, I'm only charging because of the time that it takes me to prepare all of these things. I'm not charging for my knowledge. I'm charging for my time only. And that's because I really want everyone to benefit. Because like I said to you, if we could get loads of virtual assistants that are perfect at their job, and that can do these jobs, right? We as coaches are going to basically have like an army. Like I just said to you, like I can literally go, Adila, can you do me some posts please for this? And you'll be like, okay, this is how much it is. And I'll be like, can I PayPal it to you? And that's it, you're done, right? Madiha, is it for a full course? Yeah, £97 is the entire course, and you can pay it in 2 installments. Yeah, so you can pay £47 and £47, or you can pay £97. Inshallah, that's fine. Yeah, you've also, by the way, got 7 days to get a full refund, right? Because if you go in there and you go, oh, you know what, it's this, Sarah, this is rubbish, fine, get a refund. I promise you won't though. I promise you're gonna love it, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, why are you not charging £997? And the reason, like I said, is because I want so many of you to do it, so that like I said, I'm doing it for myself as well as you guys, right? Because I want to be able to say, you know what guys, I don't have time to write my email this week, is there anyone that can do it for me? And I want you to be in that WhatsApp group and going, yep, I'll do it, I'll do the email this week. Someone else goes, I'll do the social media this week, I'll do this, and that's it. And you just like, you know, you tell me how much it costs and we do it. Yeah, because you've got a little baby, isn't it, Adina? Yeah, no problem. You know, I've had meetings with mums in Homeschool Like a Pro, and what I do is I actually record the entire meeting for you as well, because of things like that. Because, you know, even with me sometimes I'll be in meetings and my kids distract me, and they're not little babies, yeah, so don't worry about that. It's absolutely fine, because the whole idea is to, walaikum salam Yusra, the whole idea is to empower you, right, as a mum, and empower you as a person, and help you knowing that you're a mum, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I know, like, was it about a year ago or something, there was a bit of an incident in one of the groups that we were in, and someone said something like, oh, this is why I don't like working with Muslim mums, because they always have their kids around them. And I just thought to myself, what the heck are you on about? Because, like, the whole point that we're doing this online work, the whole point that we're doing this is because we have kids. Hello, if we didn't have the kids at home, then we would probably be going out and working like I used to back in the day. And I did it with kids, guys. I had my kids in nurseries, I had nannies coming to the house, I had my aunt looking after my girls, I had my mom looking after my girls. I've been through like so many different scenarios of babysitting and babysitters and people and help, right? And subhanallah, it's not easy, right? But inshallah, you can do it and you can afford it. And you know, like, the amazing thing is, like, I'm just sitting here right now at my friend's house, yeah, but even at my house, I have someone to help me clean. I don't need to stand there, whatever, cleaning and mopping and ironing and cooking and washing. I do have to do some of it, but you know what I mean, right? I've got help at home, because I'm not saying to my husband, oh, by the way, you need to pay for this or you need to pay for that. He'll probably be like, hang on a minute, you're sitting at home, why can't you do it, right? But if you're doing this work, imagine you work like 2 hours a week, and that 2 hours affords you 6 or 7 hours of a cleaner. Wouldn't that be worth it? Wouldn't that be worth the whole investment? Inshallah. No, Jazakallah khair, Adila. Thank you so much for the love that you guys are showing me. Please do like the post, comment and everything. Yeah, Yusra, she goes, so kids have done everything on a call, and one of them said, I need to poop. And it's absolutely true, because that's the whole point, right? We're working from home. We allow each other these what's the word, you know, interruptions from the kids, right? Because that's why we're doing it. We're doing it for our kids. I'm doing it for my kids. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure you guys are doing it for your children as well, right? So because we're doing it for the children, I don't think anyone has any right to say anything. And if you end up working for someone because this is another thing, and it's actually on one of the posts that I made for my page, which is you choose who you work with. So if you see that someone's getting a bit agitated because you got your kids interrupting you, you're like, you know what, it's fine, I'll find someone else to work for. And that's your prerogative. You're the person, you're deciding who you work for. You decide which projects you take on. You decide how much time you're going to do it. You decide, you know, like I said, like which project, who you're going to work for, what you're going to do, whether it's emails or social media or whatever it is that you're going to do. So you're going to decide all of this. So you're going to interview the person that you're working for as well as they're interviewing you for the job. Does that make sense? So we're not going to be like, oh, I have to do this. No, we're not coming from that position. Exactly, Adila, right? Mashallah. That's what I want to do. I want to motivate you. That's it, right? So we're not coming from that position of, oh, I really need work. You know, when you go to a job interview and you're like, oh my God, I really need this job. I really want them to pick me. No. You are in control as much as the coach is in control. And that's why I love this system. That's why I love this digital world, because everyone's on the same balance, on the same level, right? Yusra, you'll agree with me, yeah? In terms of like the big companies like Coca-Cola, for example, or us, the mere mortal, right? Okay, those huge companies are online the same as we're online. Does that make sense? They can get in front of 1 million people because 1 million people follow them, but they only follow them after years and years and years of them being around. Inshallah, after some years, you'll get loads of followers as well, and that's how it works. There's no magic formula to it. It's literally time, effort, energy, sometimes money. Yeah? Okay, but you can do it, inshallah. Subhanallah, absolutely. That's so, subhanallah, that means it's meant to be, Adila. I've just got to say that, yeah? Because a lot of the mums that message me, actually, they say to me, oh sister, I've seen this job, and what do you think of it? And I'm like, well, you know, it's called multi-level marketing, where you are going to sell something, and then when you sell like a certain amount, you go up these levels, right? Sorry, did I start telling the story earlier in the live, and I think I stopped in the middle because it was about multi-level marketing. I've just remembered now. Sorry, I keep saying it's the last thing, but this is the last thing, inshallah. But I was watching a Netflix program, not a documentary, it's like a reality or something, by one of the guys that I follow, who's called Ramit Sethi. And what he does is he says, I'll teach you how to live your rich life. And the reason that he does that, it's not about being rich, it's about being rich with experiences, right? So a lot of you know that I do something which is called world schooling, which means that wherever I am, whatever we're doing, my kids are getting educated in something or another. So we'll be at the beach and we'll do stuff. Sorry, I just had to move my hand there. We'll be at the beach and we'll do stuff. We'll be out in different countries and we'll be doing different things, learning different things. And to be honest with you, sometimes when we go somewhere, if I don't feel like it's a learning experience, I kind of think like, what's the point of this, right? Okay, but so I want to live my rich life in terms of enriching my kids' life and your kids, our kids' life, and so on. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to read your message out now, Yusra. Okay, the freedom that comes from working around your kids is unmatched. It absolutely is unmatched. I'm going to, I'm not going to even like color that in any way. I did work outside the home, but I do also remember looking at my bed with my baby asleep in it, getting up at 6 in the morning, getting ready for work and going, oh my God, I just want to cuddle up with her and go back to sleep, or him, whoever it was at the time, right? So it is really, subhanAllah, freeing to know that we can do this. Anyway, to go back to rich life, so Ramit Sethi, he shares this and he shares it inside his program, where there's a lady that is working in an MLM, which is what we call multi-level marketing, where she sells something and then she gathers a team of people that also sell the same thing. And then as the teams get bigger, she moves up further up the ladder. And one of the things is that when you get up to level whatever, you end up getting a free car from the company, right? And he basically does the maths and the finances of the family with her, and he says, do you realize that in the months that you don't make enough money on this level, like if you're not on that level in that month, you have to pay 4,000 or something crazy dollars for this car? And she's like, yeah, I know that, but like, I'm so amazing because I got to this level and I'm on this level of high marketing or whatever, and I've managed to get this car. And I just thought to myself, this is the kind of thing that people are deluding themselves with. Like, having an amazing car is fantastic, it's an amazing achievement, but you've got to think about getting into debt to get that car, or like having a crazy payment for that car, or just having a nice little run around car that you can run around, that's paid for, that you don't need to worry about. And this is the thing that I want to share with you, like that this is like the rich life. Yeah, okay, so where people are looking at, you know, crazy stuff and crazy cars and houses and this and that, is amazing, but if they paid for it by cash, that is brilliant. But if they haven't, then they're not living their rich life. And I want you guys to live your rich life. I want you to go out and go, you know what, I just want to get a massage. Oh, £50, no problem, here you go. That's it. That's what we want for all of the mums that we work with, inshallah. All right, I'm gonna go now because I've been going on for almost an hour. I can't believe I had so much to say, even though I did it without my notes. Are you all proud of me? All right, inshallah, take care, sisters, and I love to see you. Alhamdulillah, Yusra. I love to see you, inshallah, on our course very, very soon. We're going to be starting in the first week of September. You will get an email that gets you into the group chat, and you can ask any questions in our group chat while we're waiting for the course to start, inshallah. Plus, you're going to be with the previous ladies that were with me already, that have already been working with me, that have already done some of the stuff with me, so you can ask them questions as well, inshallah. All right, Ameen, brilliant du'as, jazakallah khair, assalamu alaikum. Now I've got to figure out how to stop this because I'm on my phone for the first time ever. Yes, you can, Madiha, you can enroll on the same link that I've sent on WhatsApp, and you can enroll from the what's it called, if you're on Facebook, there's 3 different links, like I said earlier. So there's the landing page that gives you all the information, the modules, what you're going to do. There's the free sign up where you get the templates to start kind of preparing to do the course. And then the last one is the course sign up. And then there's 2 course sign up links. One is £47 for 2 months and one is £97 for 1 month. Okay, so inshallah, hope and pray that you all sign up, and I can't wait to see you on my course. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.